If you told my doctor I'm 87, they'd probably laugh. Because on paper, yes, I'm 87. But inside this body, I feel like I'm 55. I live alone. No blood pressure meds, no sleeping pills, and absolutely no cane. Every morning, I make my own drink, water my garden, mop my floors, and walk around the block, while my neighbors, who are the same age, are still groggy in bed from last night's medications. Some can't even get out of bed without help. I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm sharing it because I know why they ended up that way, and I know why I didn't. So many people believe that once you hit 60, everything starts falling apart. Memory fades, joints ache, energy disappears, sleep turns into a struggle. But that is the biggest lie ever told about aging, and we were the generation forced to believe it. Even doctors repeat it. I'm here to tell you this. You don't have to live like a sick person just because you've retired. Today, I'll share the 5 morning habits I've followed for nearly 20 years. They cost nothing, require no fancy gadgets, and aren't complicated. All you need is a bit of time, a touch of consistency, and the belief that your body wants to stay strong, not rot away little by little. If you wake up tired every day, if your mind feels foggy, if you feel like you're aging faster than you should, then this video is for you. We'll start with the simplest habit. But don't underestimate it. It was the very first thing that saved my legs from aching every single morning for the past 15 years. Habit number 1, warm salt water. A gift for your joints and brain. And the very first habit, also the simplest one, that completely changed my mornings is this. Drinking warm salt water right after waking up. Might sound too simple to work. But if you're over 60, this small action could save you from a long list of issues you've been told are just part of getting old. After sleeping 6 to 8 hours, our bodies, especially senior bodies, fall into a state of dehydration that we don't even realize. We don't sweat, we don't move, we don't do anything, yet we still lose about 1 liter of water every night through breathing and skin evaporation. When we were younger, our bodies could bounce back quickly. But after 60, our ability to retain water and absorb minerals declines significantly. The result? You wake up with a familiar set of issues. Achy joints, stiff shoulders and neck, dizziness when standing up, brain fog and trouble focusing. I experienced all of that myself at age 68. I used to think, maybe this is what aging feels like. But that wasn't true. It was my doctor, during a routine checkup, who told me, you just need to hydrate properly in the morning, and these symptoms will likely disappear. I gave it a try. And from that day on, I've never skipped my morning glass of warm salt water. Here's my exact formula. Prepare a glass of warm filtered water, about 12 ounces or 350 milliliters. Add a small pinch of pink Himalayan salt, or natural sea salt. Just avoid iodized or chemically processed salt. Set it by your bedside the night before. In the morning, before brushing your teeth, drinking coffee, or eating anything, drink it all. Why add salt? Many people drink plain water but don't absorb it properly. Your cells need electrolytes, especially sodium, potassium, and magnesium, to pull water in. Without them, water just passes through. A small pinch of natural salt helps unlock your cells so they can rehydrate. Once I started drinking water this way, I noticed the difference almost immediately. I felt more alert. The dizziness disappeared. My shoulders relaxed. And most importantly, my knees stopped feeling stiff, even in cold or rainy weather. I clearly remember my neighbor Eleanor, she's 80 now. She used to suffer from chronic morning headaches. She'd seen doctors, taken all kinds of medications, from painkillers to nerve pills. Nothing helped. Until one day I shared this little habit with her. After just 1 week, she called me and said, I can't believe how much a single glass of salt water has changed my mornings. I believe it's not the glass that holds the magic. It's your body, just like hers and just like mine, that already knows how to heal itself. You just need to give it the right support. My suggestion for you is simple. Try this for 3 days. Prepare your water the night before. Drink it as soon as you wake up. And just observe how your body responds. You might discover that for many of the things you thought needed pills, you only needed to listen to your body a little more. Habit number 2. Morning sunlight, resetting your natural body clock. If that warm glass of salt water is what wakes my body up each morning, then morning sunlight is what gently wakes up my mind, with a power stronger than you might imagine. I used to think sunlight didn't matter much. I figured as long as I could see the sun was up, that was enough. But I was wrong. It turns out morning light doesn't just help us see, it sends signals that regulate nearly every system in our body. Science calls it the circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, located deep in the brain in an area called the hypothalamus. This clock tells your body when to sleep, wake, digest food, regulate hormones, and even how to manage your mood and blood pressure. And the only way to reset this clock each day is by exposing your eyes to natural morning light. All it takes is stepping outside and letting real daylight hit your eyes, just 10 to 15 minutes, and it begins a powerful chain reaction. When light hits special receptors in the back of your eyes, it sends a message to your brain that it's time to wake up. Your body then shuts down melatonin, the sleep hormone, and increases serotonin, a chemical that makes you feel alert, positive, and mentally clear. Later in the day, that same serotonin converts into melatonin again, helping you sleep deeply, naturally, without pills. I may not understand all the medical terms, but I know exactly how it feels. Before I started this habit, I'd go to bed early but wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., tossing and turning. Now, I sleep straight through the night, as if someone flipped the right switch inside my brain each morning. The case of my friend Robert, he's 78, is even more powerful. He relied on sleeping pills for over 5 years. Every night, one pill just to close his eyes. But the more he used them, the more groggy and forgetful he felt the next day. I asked him, "When do you go outside?" He said, "I take walks in the afternoon around 4 p.m. I told him, "Try going outside earlier, within 30 minutes of waking up. No sunglasses, no windows, just real daylight. Only 15 minutes. He hesitated but gave it a try. A week later he called me shocked. "I didn't take a pill last night, and I still slept like a baby." I wasn't surprised, because I know, morning light is the most powerful signal your brain responds to, and yet it's the one most seniors forget. We wake up, pour coffee, turn on the news, but we forget to open the door and let the light in. Then, when we feel tired and out of rhythm, we blame our age instead of simply stepping outside. You don't need to do anything special. Just go outside within 30 minutes of waking up. Stay in natural light for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't wear sunglasses and don't sit behind windows. Even on cloudy days, daylight still works as long as you're outside. Walking is great, but even sitting on the porch works. If you live somewhere with little sun, like the north during winter, you can use a light therapy lamp. These are special lamps designed to mimic early morning sunlight. Some people I know use them, and after a few weeks, their sleep and mood improve dramatically. But the benefits of morning light don't stop at sleep. When your circadian rhythm is balanced, your entire body functions better. Deeper sleep with fewer night wakings. Better mood, reduced anxiety or sadness. Improved digestion and bowel regularity. Stronger immune system, less chronic fatigue. And even sharper memory from optimized brain chemistry. Of course, these changes don't happen in one day. But after 1 week, you'll likely notice easier sleep. After 2 weeks, you may feel calmer and lighter inside. And after 1 month, like me, you might never need a sleeping pill again. I once believed, I'm too old for anything new to change my life. But I was wrong. Sometimes all it takes is the sun, something freely given, available every morning, to become the most powerful medicine of all. And that's why, after my morning glass of salt water, I always step outside. Rain or shine, cold or warm, I go. Because I've learned that light is what helps me feel alive. Fully, naturally, joyfully, every single day. Habit number 3, the 4-minute brain routine to stay sharp every morning. After I drink my warm salt water to wake up my body, and step into the morning light to wake up my mind, there's one more thing I do, just for a few minutes. And that is, I wake up my brain. You see, most of us assume the brain gets enough stimulation from reading the newspaper, watching the news, or chatting with someone. But in reality, the most powerful moment to activate the brain is right after waking up, during that transition from sleep to full alertness. In that window, within the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, your brain is at its most flexible state. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, which means the brain is more open to forming new connections. During this time, your brain also produces a surge of a special protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it as miracle grow for your brain cells. BDNF supports memory, learning, and mental resilience. And the best part? You can take advantage of this golden window with a short mental workout that takes just 4 minutes. I call it the 4-4-4 brain routine. The 4-4-4 brain routine, just 4 minutes each morning. Every morning, I give my brain a simple yet powerful challenge using 4 quick exercises, 1 minute each. This is how I keep my memory sharp and my mind younger than my age. 1. Solve one simple math problem, 1 minute. Nothing complicated, just a basic multiplication, subtraction, or addition. For example, 132 by 4, or 365 to 87. This activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic and decision-making. 2. Recall one detailed memory, 1 minute. Pick a moment from your life and try to remember it with as much detail as possible. For instance, my granddaughter's birthday party, and recall what you wore, the smell of the cake, the music, the people. This stimulates your hippocampus, the memory center of the brain. 3. Learn 4 new words, 1 minute. I pick 4 English words or terms from books, articles, or quotes. For example, gratitude, resilience, vibrant, nourish. This strengthens your language and vocabulary centers, helping prevent early signs of memory loss. 4. Visualize your day, 1 minute. I close my eyes and picture my entire day. What will I do? What will I eat? Who might I meet? How do I want to feel today? This activates your brain's executive function, improving planning, focus, and emotional regulation. Why does this work so well? Some people say, but I read the news every morning, that should be enough for my brain. Not quite. Reading is passive consumption of information, while the 4-4-4 routine is active engagement of multiple brain regions. It's like the difference between watching someone cook and actually cooking yourself. A Harvard study found that just 4 to 5 minutes of active brain stimulation in the morning can improve memory, focus, and reaction time for the next 6 to 8 hours. And if you do this consistently, you're building what researchers call cognitive reserve, a network of backup brain connections that helps protect against age-related decline. How do you prepare for this routine easily? I keep a small notebook near my breakfast spot or patio, where I usually drink my water and get sunlight. In it, I prepare a few math problems in advance, a list of memory prompts, birthdays, vacations, childhood smells or songs, a page with new vocabulary or inspiring quotes, a space to jot down 2 to 3 lines about today's plans or goals. That way, every morning I just open the book and begin. No stress, no decisions to make. What changes can you expect after a month? I won't promise you'll become a genius, but I will promise this. You'll remember names more easily. You'll find words more quickly when speaking. You'll stop feeling like your brain is foggy or slow in the mornings. Most importantly, you'll regain confidence in your mental abilities. I used to fear, what if one day I forget the way home? But since making this routine part of my mornings, that fear has quietly faded away. If you haven't started yet, don't wait another day. You might be thinking, I'm too old to exercise my brain now. But let me tell you this. Your brain is like a garden. If you don't tend to it, weeds grow. But if you water it even gently each day, it stays alive and blooming. And it's never too late to begin. I'm 87 as I write this, and I still learn new words, still picture what tomorrow might bring. Because I believe the will to live well isn't tied to age. It's tied to curiosity and mental connection. Try the 4-minute routine tomorrow morning. If you'd like, I'll be right here again in the next video to train with you, one day at a time. Habit number 4, move the right way, don't stretch, activate. After I spend 4 minutes waking up my brain each morning, a wave of energy and focus flows through me. But I've learned something over the years. A sharp mind isn't enough if your body can't keep up. If your legs don't move confidently, if your knees ache every time you stand, then even the strongest spirit feels trapped. That's why I spend 7 minutes each morning on gentle movement, not to get in shape, like I did in my younger days, but to activate the muscles that have been still all night and to lubricate the joints before the day begins. I know many seniors still follow old exercise routines from their youth or TV programs from decades ago. They bend forward to touch their toes, twist their torso, roll their necks, hoping to feel younger and more flexible. But what they don't realize is that those outdated stretches can actually do more harm than good. Why old stretching routines can hurt more than help. After age 60, our bodies change dramatically. Tendons and ligaments lose elasticity. Joints dry out. The tiny blood vessels that feed our joints and muscles grow weaker. Sudden stretches, deep bends, or fast twisting motions, especially first thing in the morning, can trigger inflammation, strain tissues, or even tear cartilage. I once injured my lower back for 3 months just from trying to touch my toes every morning. That's when a joint specialist said something I'll never forget. At your age, morning movement isn't about stretching, it's about activation. Since then, I completely changed how I move in the morning. A 7-minute mobility sequence for people over 60. I call it my inside-out mobility flow because it starts with the core and slowly works outward, to your arms, chest, legs, and feet. Each movement takes 30 seconds to 1 minute, and you don't need any equipment or yoga mat, just a firm chair and a little space. 1. Seated shoulder circles, 30 seconds. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with your arms relaxed at your sides. Gently roll your shoulders in small circles, 15 seconds forward, then 15 seconds backward. Benefits: loosens tight shoulders, improves circulation to the neck and brain, eases tension. 2. Seated knee marches, 1 minute. Still sitting, place your hands on the chair for support. Lift one knee at a time as if you're marching in place. Go slow and steady. Start gently for the first 30 seconds, then lift slightly higher if comfortable. Benefits: activates your hip flexors, thighs, and abdominal muscles, boosts blood flow to the legs. 3. Chest openers in a door frame, 30 seconds. Stand in a doorway with your arms at shoulder height, palms on the door frame. Gently lean forward until you feel a stretch in your chest. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds. Avoid overextending your neck or leaning too far. Benefits: counteracts rounded posture, opens lungs, improves breathing. 4. Supported half squats, 1 minute. Stand behind a chair or counter, feet shoulder width apart. Slowly bend your knees, lowering your body just a little, only as far as comfortable. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then return to standing. Repeat 8 to 10 times. Benefits: engages your thighs, glutes, and knees, enhances stability and metabolism. 5. Ankle circles, 30 seconds per foot. Sit in your chair and lift one leg just off the floor. Rotate your ankle in slow circles, 15 seconds in each direction. Switch feet. Benefits: increases ankle flexibility, improves balance, helps prevent falls. Total time, around 7 minutes. You can do the entire sequence in your living room. No special clothing, no gym equipment. All you need is a sturdy chair, some natural light, and your willingness to move. What can you expect after just a few days? When I started doing this routine, I felt the difference after just 3 mornings. My neck and shoulders didn't feel stiff anymore. I moved around the house more easily with fewer stumbles. I slept better at night, because light movement in the day supports deeper rest. And most importantly, I began to feel in control of my own body again. Important safety tips for seniors. Don't start cold. Always hydrate, get sunlight, and warm up a little before moving. Never push through pain. If something hurts, stop immediately. Don't copy younger routines. Your body needs senior-friendly movement, not strain. Listen to yourself. Some days you may do less, some days more. That's perfectly okay. I no longer move to lose weight or build muscle. I move so I can dress myself without assistance, carry groceries without worrying about falling, go on walks, tend my garden, and stay active without fear. And if just 7 minutes each morning helps me do all that, then I believe it can help you too. Tomorrow, after your warm salt water, your morning sunlight, and your 4-minute brain routine, stand up and try these 5 gentle moves. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Your legs, your shoulders, your breath, they'll thank you. Habit number 5, time protein, the key to preventing muscle loss. After waking up my body with warm salt water, my mind with sunlight, my brain with gentle thinking, and my joints with movement, there's one more thing I never skip: fueling my muscles. And I don't mean eating to feel full, I mean eating the right thing at the right time. Many older adults experience constant fatigue, a sense of weakness that worsens with age. They eat 3 solid meals a day. They include rice, bread, fruits, maybe even drink milk. And yet, they feel their grip strength fading, their legs shaking when climbing stairs, or their skin becoming looser and more fragile. The issue isn't eating too little. The issue is eating at the wrong time. I used to do the same thing. For years, my breakfast was toast with jam, a banana, and a glass of orange juice. It sounded healthy, but in reality, it was a carb bomb delivered right when my body was most desperate for something else: protein. Researchers call this problem anabolic resistance, a term that means the body loses its ability to build and preserve muscle efficiently after age 60. At this stage, your muscles need a very specific kind of help: a concentrated dose of protein, delivered during a very narrow time window, in the morning, right after light movement. If you miss this window, much of the protein you eat later in the day will not be used effectively. The result? Progressive muscle loss, weakness, instability, and increased risk of falls, even if you think you're eating enough. My thinking completely changed the day my nutritionist said, "At your age, it's not how much protein you eat, it's when you eat it." Since then, I've followed what I now call the 30 to 30 rule. At least 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes after finishing my morning movement. So instead of toast and juice, I now start my day with protein-rich, easy-to-digest meals. Here are a few breakfast options I personally enjoy and recommend: 2 boiled or fried eggs, a slice of cheese, and a glass of unsweetened milk. 1 cup of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder and a sprinkle of chia seeds. A smoothie made with green banana or avocado, almond milk, 1 scoop of whey protein, and a spoon of hydrolyzed collagen. I choose these because they're quick to make, gentle on digestion, and provide the high-quality protein needed to wake up my muscles in the morning. I avoid quick carbs like white bread, sugary cereals, bottled orange juice, or overly ripe bananas. These spike your insulin, which actually blocks your muscles from using protein efficiently. Within just a few weeks of eating this way, I noticed a real difference. My hands felt stronger when gripping objects. I could walk up the stairs without stopping halfway. The afternoon fatigue I used to feel just disappeared. And most surprising of all, my skin became firmer, less saggy. Why? Because collagen, the protein that supports skin and joints, can only be synthesized effectively when your body has the right amino acids at the right time. You might be thinking, "I've eaten this way my whole life. Can it still make a difference now?" I used to ask the same thing. But the truth is, your body is always willing to repair itself, if you give it what it needs when it needs it. If there's just one small change you make tomorrow morning, let it be this: have protein right after your morning exercise. You don't need to count grams or calories. Just remember, a clear source of protein in the morning isn't just breakfast, it's your body's repair material. And if you keep doing that, like I've done for the past 3 years, your body will slowly become your partner again, not your burden. Muscle is the key to independence in old age. Without it, you can't get up on your own. You can't balance. You can't carry a grocery bag or step up onto a curb. But here's the good news: unlike your age, muscle can be rebuilt. And it all starts with a single, properly timed breakfast. So here we are. Every single morning of mine, at 87 years old, begins with 5 simple but powerful habits. Not because I want to live longer than anyone else, but because I want to live better each day I'm given. I want quality, not just quantity. I want to wake up without pain, without confusion, and without relying on anyone to get through the day. Let me recap the 5 habits that have been my faithful companions for years. First, a warm glass of salt water. To rehydrate, reduce dizziness, ease stiff joints, and wake up the whole body. Second, morning sunlight. To reset the body's clock, improve sleep, lift your mood, and support digestion. Third, a 4-minute brain routine. To activate your mind, sharpen memory, and fight cognitive decline. Fourth, A gentle 7-minute mobility session to improve flexibility, reduce fall risk, and help you move with confidence. 5th, properly timed protein intake to nourish your muscles, prevent frailty, and support skin elasticity. Each one of these habits is simple. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need to join a gym or follow a strict diet. All you need is a decision to start. Even just one habit is enough to begin changing your life. Maybe you're thinking, I'm already 65, 70, 80, is it too late for me? Let me tell you with complete sincerity, you're never too old to begin. I started these habits at 70 years old, after a back injury nearly left me bedridden. I felt like a shadow of myself. But slowly, with each glass of water, each breath of morning light, each little movement, I came back. Now at 87, I live alone. I shop for myself, garden by myself, move without a cane, take no medications, and need no one's help to get out of bed. I live simply, but I live independently. And I believe, if I can do it, you can too. You don't need to start all 5 habits at once. I challenge you to pick just one and do it for 3 days. Then come back to this video and tell me what changed. Let me know where you are on your journey. Because I believe your story, yes, yours, could inspire someone else just as I was once inspired by someone like you. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your children, with your friends, with anyone who wakes up every morning feeling tired and stuck. Who knows? One small habit from this video might change their life.